I do want to talk a little bit about the Tennessee special election.
Mhm,
So this is District 7, a special election. We got the Democrat is Afton Bain and the
mhm.
Republican, who honestly, did not really even, and first of all, it's not my district,
Okay, so
but
you
also
can't.
like he's just not getting the coverage, right? So the Trump backed Republican is Matt Van Epps, who's apparently, I think he's in the National Guard right now, but he's a vet, he's a Christian, he's a father, he's a business owner. He is like peak Tennessee
Tennessee.
Republican.
Right,
Yeah,
but tell me about this
absolutely.
young lady. Tell me about this young lady.
Now, Afton Bain
What
is,
a name too. That
I
that sounds like
know,
she should be
she
a
sounds like
coastal
the
elite. Like,
Bain
she
by
should be.
existence.
Yeah, she should be, though, on, like, the coast. She should be in Massachusetts, Vermont, something like that. That's
I
what
don't
that
know.
name. I don't know.
So now this is a big deal because this particular district, Trump won it by plus 20, like 22 points.
That's a huge margin. Wow.
So it shouldn't even be close. But special elections, we all know, if you guys are listeners here and if
Mhm.
you're into politics, you know special elections are special.
Yeah,
They're
they are.
weird.
They can
Okay?
go all over the place. You
They
don't
do
know
weird
what's gonna
things,
happen. Yep.
especially because if you think like, oh, it's a for sure Republican state,
Mhm.
or
No, don't ever
that's
say
where
that.
people
That's when you're
let
gonna
their
lose.
guard down. They're
Yep.
like, "Oh, it's fine." And then Afton Bain goes, "What's up?"
Blows everything up. Yep.
So some of the highlights on Lady Bain, okay? She was on a podcast where she declared, "I hate Nashville."
Mhm.
She's asked about this. She's made anti-family statements, as in she did not want to be a mother. What she wants is power. I have clips. We'll share some of these
Please
clips.
play those. Yeah, play
And
that
then
one.
also
That
she's
one's a
talked about
special treat.
defunding the police. Let's do a grab bag. I don't even know exactly what. I know this is Afton. I'm not sure which one it is. Let's see what she has to say.
My therapist always asks me to transcribe my dreams when they happen, and the recurring dream I've had is standing up in a cafeteria full of women. I don't know why I was there or whatever, and saying, "I don't want children, I want power," and just screaming it at the top of my lungs. And for someone who grew up with my mother telling me never have kids because you will, you'll have to give up a lot. You'll have to sacrifice professionally, which is what she was saying. And
Who says that to
where
their
I am
kid?
now with seeing the consequences and the ramifications of women having kids and being in the political field and what they're able to achieve, because we don't offer, it's like the political field hasn't met the challenge of working moms. They really haven't. But also the deeply patriarchal structures that these women are involved with because they've chosen marriage and they've chosen to raise children. And I think in the South,
I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts. First of all, shame on that mother for saying that to her
And
child.
that was like
I
a
don't care.
podcast interview. So that's not a
Yeah,
video for any of you guys that are listening, because the photo that people have attached to that audio is,
yeah. I don't care how old your child is. It's never okay. And it is absolutely harming your kid by telling them you have those thoughts. That
yeah.
is horrible to tell your child never to have children because it ruins your career prospects. Even if you think that. And if you think that and you've had children and you have gone into the workforce or not gone into the workforce and they're grown and you're telling them that, there's some, you need to go to church because that is such a sad takeaway from parenthood. Okay. Second of all, who didn't have that dream was not reoccurring. You maybe had it one time and that didn't even really happen in that dream. I'm sorry. And
You don't
why?
believe her?
No, like we've all done weird. No one, that's so oddly specific. You really stood up and said, I don't want children. I want power. And you had it over and over again. And you also had a mother that told you not to have
Do you know what
children
it
so you
sounds like
can
to
have
me?
power.
It sounds like a psycho.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, people gobble this feminist glop up because it reinforces their life choices. But everything she's saying, it doesn't, and I'm trying not to be mean about this, but it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't mean anything. Everybody uses this whole word patriarchy when they have to deal with men about anything. So just because you get married and you have children, you're automatically entered into a patriarchal society. Okay, so since I have a husband, or I go work for a company and the man happens to be in charge. Now I'm in a patriarchal system. No, there's
Well,
just men in
you're a
this
victim
world.
because that way you're eternally a victim, remember?
That's what I'm saying. It reinforces whatever feminist like fever dreams they have, and it really reinforces their life choices. This poor gal, whether she knows it now or later, and she'll figure it out, or whether she might never figure it out. If she's intentionally making choices to never have children so that she can have this illusion of faux power for what, a season of her life, and then it's going to be
It's
gone.
gone.
That is so sad because I don't know. The whole thing bothers me. The whole narrative bothers me. Tell me she's no more than, she cannot be over 28, 29 years old.
I think she might be 30, 31 or something like that. Like,
Yeah.
she's
She's
not.
still young enough to where like she's just saying what she was told from her friends that went to like Wesleyan or Amherst or Emerson. And she's just regurgitating all the feminist stuff we've been told. And I think people are actually getting tired of the whole like patriarchy,
Oh,
toxic male
absolutely.
conversation. It's so old
She's
and overused.
35.
That
She's
is sad.
35.
That's crazy to me.
Well, I have another one for you, so let's
No,
watch one more. Just one more.
no.
I do want to ask you about an attack line from Republicans, because this is a comment you made in 2020 about Nashville. It's gotten a lot of attention in your race. Let's listen to this.
I hate the city. I hate the bachelorettes. I hate the pedal taverns. I hate country music. I hate all of the things that make Nashville, apparently, an it city to the rest of the country, but I hate it.
I know you said those comments were taken out of context, but I want to ask you about it, because I'm wondering, do you think it was a mistake to say that?
Once again, I was a private citizen. Nashville is my home. Do I roll my eyes at the bachelorette parties and the pedal taverns that are blocking my access to my house? Yeah, every Nashvilleian does. But this race has always been about something bigger. It's about families across Middle Tennessee that are getting crushed by rising prices, while Washington politicians and billionaires argue about this type of nonsense.
No, you said it. You said you hated your city. That's not being taken out of context, friend. You said it. You gave multiple examples why you hate it. You don't like where you live. And now you want to stand there and try and fool all of the residents who live there who do love those things.